session. Very good evening, friends. I am Pritam Agrawal. I am the founder director of Hello Christian of Preschools and Riverstone Schools. Today we are on season 3 and day 3. Season 3, day 3. Today we are going to talk about the preschool industry in India, the franchise model, how the franchise brands are operating across India. What are the challenges? What are the good offers? Why they are running it? Why they are successful? How they have different networks? What were the terms and conditions? So we will understand. So day one, we understood the government rules and regulation. We have understood the space requirement. We have understood the staff requirement. Day two, yesterday, we have learned what is a preschool curriculum and how and what training we required uh, at preschool levels, right? So today is day three. We are going to talk about the preschool industry in India. Friends, most of you are already running preschools. Not most of you, almost everyone is running a preschool right now. You have either you are running your own centers, you are running some franchise centers, you have understood, even you are running your standalone preschools, your own centers, you are aware of the preschool industry. As I am the founder of Hello Christian Preschools, we have 680 centers across India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. So I have personally traveled across India from north to south and east to west. And whatever the experiences I had, I'm trying to share with you all. And this is my passion. You want to join Hello Kids, you want to stay tuned, you want to follow us, you want to understand us, you want to know more about any queries you have in this industry. Either you join Hello Kids or not, doesn't matter. But this is my passion where I am trying to share my experiences. So definitely I'll be able to interact with you. To interact with me, I think you all know the rules right now. So to interact with me, you need to be in the video, right? And let's listen how the industry has operated in the past. Friends, I started a preschool in 2005 from Bangalore. 2005, I started a preschool in a two-bedroom house. Two-bedroom house, 1,200 square feet, right? And a standard house in Bangalore is 1,200 square feet, where two rooms, one hall, one kitchen, and a small car park where you can definitely park a four-wheeler. It was available for me, and that is where I started my journey, right? So that was enough for me to start. Friends, I am from a business family. I wanted to understand this industry before I rush, before I run, and before I do something bigger. So I started with a small premises, right? And that to be very frankly speaking, that I've been to a lot of schools, right? There was something in my mind when I was doing my masters, and after that I was in UK for some years, and it was in my mind that I'm going to start some preschools. So I visited some preschools in UK, but that was not my considerations. I After I decided that I'm going to open preschools, I have seen lot many schools in Delhi and Bangalore. So Bangalore, I went to see almost 20 centers nearby. I started my first school at CV Raman Nagar, 2000, 1,200 square feet, two-bedroom house. And I thought that it is as a start, as a low investment, as to learn, this is going to be a good start. That was first. See, taking a big premises doesn't mean that you are going to do very well, right? Big premises, as I have discussed on day one, bigger the premises, bigger the investment, right? You do not have any experiences right now. And jumping into a premises which is 2,000, 5,000, and 6,000 square feet will definitely end up piling up your investment, piling up your losses for a long period of time. So I thought, let's try from a small premises, let's learn from it, and then jump to different premises or a bigger premises or different locations. So the first learning which I am trying to share with you, right? You are a standalone preschool, or you are a franchise preschools. Selecting a location is very, very important. Friends, the first thing I'm going to talk to you here as selection of premises. Friends, if you are buying any franchisee, no franchisee will say no to any of your premises. Niranjan is calling me from Maharashtra, say that Pritam sir, this building is good or not. I will definitely say yes. I will never say no for any premises selected by a franchisee. Yes or no, friends? Whichever the place you selected to run it, no franchisor will come and say, do not open in this premises. Apart from, yes, I have done it personally with a lot of franchise owners, but 99% of the cases, no franchisor, no one will suggest you, nobody will say that Niranjan or Vanita, please don't do in this premises, because you already have selected it. They don't want that because they are sitting in Mumbai, they are sitting in Bangalore, they are sitting in a head office in Chennai. These people do not have any role. Even I say, it should be your confidence level. So selecting a premises, it is your decision. Never leave that decision with somebody else. Now there are a lot of brands talking about 1,500 square feet minimum area, 1,000, 2,000 square feet minimum area, 2,500 minimum area. What about if the minimum area is 2,400? If some brand is talking about 2,500 minimum area and you are getting 2,400, then what will happen? See, this is just a message. This is just an information which they wanted to give it to you, right? And trust me, friends, hardly anybody has rejected any building. So it is like use the premises what you have with the best possible things, right? Rather than canceling that premises what you are getting it. It's difficult to get a premises even to run preschools. Sometimes lot of owners, the house owners, the building owners will not give it to you to run a preschool because it has involved lot of sound, it will involve lot of children, then a lot of parents will come in the morning and park their cars, right? A lot of time people they do not give you that space. Friends, are you all able to understand what I'm trying to say? So the first thing is space, right? So this anyone, whoever is you are talking to as a franchise, they will never say no to any premises. But if it's your own premises, go ahead and start. If it's, you are renting it out, rent it wisely. Wisely means a standard preschool size. Do not take a bigger size. Do not take a very small size. Friends, preschool means I'll tell you 70% of the admissions, I'll say 80% of the admissions are only in playgroup and nursery. So keep that thing in mind and start a preschool. Don't start keeping in mind that I have to run LKG, I have to run UKG, and now I'll be starting a first standard and second standard also. Do not start a preschool. Is that clear, friends? Those who have got this experience, tell me I'm right, it is wrong, it is fine, it is clear, whatever you want to say. Keeping in mind only a playgroup and nursery, you should start a preschool. Never start a preschool thinking that I'll be learning LKG and UKG also and first and second in future. Friends, I want to hear from you all. As I'm saying 80% of your admission happens for playgroup and nursery, or I'll say 85%, or I'll say 90%. Anybody who is running the preschools? Sandhya, I do not know for what you are saying yes. Niranjan says yes. Thank you, Niranjan. So friends, whenever you are starting up, the decision of a place has to be yours first. Second is, it has to be keeping in mind the initial days of playgroup and nursery. All right, now coming back to the next part, friends. Now, in 2005, when I started up in Bangalore, give me a second. In 2005, when I started up in Bangalore, I I even had a choice. I even had a choice of taking a franchisee. I had a choice of taking up a franchisee, but I could not manage to take a franchisee. I decided to start off my own, right? But now, after so many years, after so much of experience, I believe and I think that I did a mistake. Can anyone say what mistake I did by not taking a franchise? What was that challenges which I faced without taking a franchisee? Those who have not taken a franchisee, right? Or those who have taken a franchisee. Can you please write 1 or 2 lines why you took a franchisee or why you have not taken a franchisee? Everyone, I want to listen from you in 2 lines. Vanita, Niranjan, if you are running a preschool with a branded preschool, write it why you took a franchisee. And anybody who has not taken a franchisee, please let me know why you have not taken a franchise. All right, Niranjan. All right, Mala. Royalty. All right. All right, friends. Now I'm going to give you my learning. I'm saying by not taking a franchisee, right, I did a mistake. Let's understand this line, right? Are you all with me? And then why people have not taken a franchisee? Because of royalty, because of franchisee fee, right? That all we'll talk about it. Okay. Swetal Gupta, definitely you have to attend my session on marketing. Taking a franchisee doesn't mean that you don't need to do marketing. Okay. This is not their mistake. This is your mistake, Swetal. So let's understand that part during my marketing session. But yes, let me. A lot of people have already spoke to me on this. Friends, I'm saying that by not taking a franchisee, right? I did a mistake. Yes, friends, I did a mistake. Starting on day one, I do not know what should be the fees. I do not have any experience. I do not know what to talk to the teachers. I do not know what should be the school timing. I do not know what to speak to the caretakers. I do not know what is called a timetable. I do not know what is called a curriculum. I do not know what should be the fees. I do not know what to do marketing. I do not know what is happening around the world for preschools. Do you all agree? Do you all agree? Starting off my own school means I have to do everything possible. I even did not know how to talk to a parent. If a parent is visiting me, I do not know what to talk and what not to talk. Friends, very, very, very important. It took me almost 3, 4, 5, 6 months to understand what parent wants, to understand what should be the fees, to understand what kind of timing is required and preferred by the parent. I can copy things from other schools, but copying doesn't mean that you are justifying the reason. You are justifying the timing, you are justifying the fees, but without a reason. So, friends, as a good businessman, as a good business thought process, if I had it, I should have taken a franchisee for some part of time. Buying a franchisee means buying a time, friends. It means you are buying the experiences. You are not doing everything hit and trial run, right? You are not going to do everything hit and trial, which I was doing it wrongly. I took almost 6 months, 9 months, 12 months to learn that basic things. So that was the mistake I did. What all you do, you'll be designing the curriculum, you'll be buying the curriculum, you'll buying the material, you'll buying the you don't know how to give it to the teacher's appointment letter. You don't know what to speak to the teacher. You are paying more to the teacher, which is not required. Everything was question mark. Everything was new to me. If I should have taken a franchisee, I know I must have paid something more to the brand, but I should have somebody who can guide me. The franchisee which I started after 3 years of my operations, if I am a good learner, I should have learned everything in 6 months. I should have started my franchisee operation in next 1 or 2 years itself, rather than it took me 3 years to start. Not 3 years, 4 years to start. Friends, very, very important. By paying a franchisee fee, by paying a royalty part, let's not talk about royalty, I'll come back to that part. By paying some amount of fees to someone, you are buying time, you are buying experiences. And the most important part is the trust. I realized nobody is trusting me. No parents is trusting me as a new school. If there is a already existing school, old school, brand or non-branded, people, you as a parent, let me ask you, you as a parent, you'll prefer a new school, right? New brand, standalone school, or you prefer a branded preschool outside who talks about 100 centers across India, or another school in the area which is already 5 years established. So you are buying trust, you are buying time, and you are buying experiences, friends, which is very, very important. And apart from taking and managing your building or doing some basic marketing, you don't need to do anything. They will give you the curriculum. They will give you the what you call as how to hire a teacher, how to train a teacher, how to hire a caretaker, how to train a caretaker, how to speak to a parent, what to speak to a parent, what not to speak to a parent, which books to follow, what curriculum to follow, who is the trainer. You don't need to do anything. But I have to do everything of my own. I think I was doing, either I was doing wrong or I was wasting my time. Friends, now as I said, that I choose the right path as a person by not taking a franchisee. That was a very wrong decision. As a business, I should have taken a franchisee. I should have learned it faster. If I want to grow it bigger, either I have opened multiple centers with them, or I should have left them and started off my own brand after 2 years. Are you all getting it, friends? Are you all getting it? Now, why I did not took that franchise model? Because of royalty. I was ready to pay you a fees for the brand name usage, but I was not convinced that I have to pay royalty. I was not at all convinced that I have to. Give me some 30 seconds. Friends, I as a businessman, I as a person, I was ready to pay a franchisee fee to use somebody's name, to buy that time, to buy that experience, to buy that trust of the parents. But I was personally not convinced that somebody has to pay royalty, which is lifetime. I'm ready to pay some fees every time. Friends, you all are paying a hefty amount of money on everyday basis. आप लोग सब everyday morning you are using Colgate, you are buying all your household equipments, all your daily necessities by paying a premium to the people, from the toothbrush, right, to the soap, to the shampoo, whatever you are using it as a branded, you are paying a heavy extra payment than a local brand. Is that true or wrong? Friends, are you all with me? Every day, morning till evening, whatever the brands you are using it, you are not buying a local Coca-Cola, you are buying a Coca-Cola drink, you are buying a Pepsi drink, you are buying a Bisleri water bottle, you are using a Colgate, right? You are not using any local brands, and you are paying a good amount extra for that brand usage. So even I, as a person, was ready to pay some brands a franchisee fee per annum. I'm ready that every year you charge me this amount. You charge me 10,000, you charge me 20,000, you charge me 50,000. But that royalty part, I was not convinced because of one reason. The reason is, if Niranjan has got 100 children, Niranjan will pay 100 into 2000 to the brand. Let's say, I'm giving you an example. Niranjan will pay 15% with the number of children to the brand, and Vanita has got 30 children. She will pay only for 30 children to the brand. How is the brand giving different support to Niranjan and Vanita? No. Brand is paying the same, what is called, brand is giving the same support to Niranjan and Vanita. Then why the brand is charging more to Niranjan and less to Vanita? It is Niranjan's hard work. It is his hard work that he has got 100 children, right? Then why Niranjan should pay more extra to the brand? So that thing I was not convinced, and I have to pay that royalty for lifetime, which is not ready. So as a friends, this industry is something different, and that was the time I take that pride to say you all that we were the first Indian brand to talk about no royalty. We came out with a proposal, we came out with a package where we said that we will not charge you royalty for every children. We will only charge you a similar franchisee fee to use our brand name, that to be for every year Niranjan and Vanita has to pay us 30,000 per annum, or 25,000 per annum, or 15,000 per annum if they are into rural places. Irrespective of number of children, Vanita ke paas 30 students and Niranjan has got 100. They both will pay me the same fees to the brand. That is the concept we bought as no royalty concept, friends. In a long run, I know Swetal Gupta is not happy because she is paying some 15, 18, 12% of royalty. For every children she is taking admission, the brand is taking 15, 20%. Right? Vanita has got 10 children, so she'll only pay for 10%, 10 students royalty, and Niranjan has got 100 and 230 children. Niranjan has to pay 230 into some multiplication. Why? Is that brand supporting Niranjan and Vanita in a different way? I don't think so. It's the same curriculum, it is the same training. It is Niranjan's hard work. So friends, first thing I said, you decide the space. Second thing I said, you take a franchisee at least for a temporary period of time. If you're not happy with the franchisee, you can leave it and go ahead with your own school. But that also I'll tell you in the future. Stay back with one franchisee with no royalty model like us. Third is, I said that please bargain with your brand that we are ready to pay you an annual fees, but we are not ready to pay you a royalty fee. And if they are asking you no, then you just ask for a justification. If somebody has got 30 and somebody has got 150, why if a person got 150 has to pay higher of royalties? Is that okay, friends? Are you all getting it, friends? Anybody who says that I am not justifying my reasons, I am not justifying my answers? Anybody? Friends, it is very, very important. And that is the time, friends, we as Hello Kids, we decided that we will bring a brand called, we will start the franchisee model of Hello Kids. We will charge everybody the same fees. Every franchisee from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, north to south and south, east to west, we have three different models: urban, semi-urban and rural. We charge 25,000 per annum, we charge 20,000 per annum, and we charge 15,000 per annum, flat fees for everyone whoever is in our network, irrespective of number of children. Definitely we charge them the student kit, right? I'm coming to that point. We do definitely, I earn from the student kit fees, but you definitely, the next point I'm coming back for this thing is, what I'm saying is, next is student kit. Friends, everyone, including me, we are here to bring some uniformity from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We want our books to be the same. We want the uniforms to be the same. We want everything to be the same, right? So we forcefully sells you, and which is acceptable, right? A parent is shifting from one location to another. We want the child to use the same books apart from the language books. We use the same curriculum across India apart from the language. So there is something called a student kit. Every brand earns from student kit. Even I earn from student kits. But is it worth? Is it worth? So before taking up a franchisee, I suggest you that buy a student kit for that brand. Check out, is it worth or it is not worth? Friends, we have a student kit starting from 2,500 to 4,000 rupees. Is that is justified pricing to you? Because you have to buy from me, you have to pay for the courier, and then you have to pay to the parents also. You have to sell it to the parents. The parents should feel justified, not you. And if a parent is feeling justified, even in that you have to earn, and even I have to earn, and even there is a courier charges. So every brand, apart from a franchisee fee, apart from a royalty fee, they do charge you for student kit also. And student kit fees is, friends, it is justified, it is normal, and try to plan to buy it from a brand only. You cannot make a student kit for cheaper things, cheaper price. You as running one school or two school or 10 schools, your pricing will be definitely be higher than a brand like us. We generally buy 30,000, 35,000 student kit every year from the suppliers. We get a different margins. We have some margins from that. If you go and running an individual school and go and buy one set of uniform, it is going to be expensive. If you buy 100 pieces of uniform, you need 2 years to use it. Is that clear, friends? So do not use your head deciding about student kit. Let the franchisee always decide. Otherwise, I have seen schools, I have seen single schools. They have invested 30 lakhs rupees in student kit. They have invested 20 lakhs rupees in student kit. They have invested 5 lakhs rupees in student kits. Friends, if you have 5 lakhs, open another school. Do not invest into that student kit. Because if you're running one school, if you are going for uniform supply, you will say minimum 100 pieces. If you have running an independent school, you won't be able to print your own books. So whichever the books you decide and buy from the market, your next local school also will buy the same books. What we will do? So friends, understand it. Do not use your brain for the student kit. Let the franchisee decides. Otherwise, you end up having a lot of investments. Books chahiye, uniform chahiye, you need shoes, you need socks, you need t-shirts, you need jackets, you need pullovers, you need books, notebooks, you need crayons, everything you need, friends. And if you are not giving the school bags, cap and uniforms, similarly, friends, student kit is a branding activity. It is a marketing activity. When a child is going out of your school building and somebody is seeing a school bag written as Hello Kids, it means that student is carrying your brand name outside. It is not that we want to earn money out of it. right? It is that uniformity across India. It is that brand name which is going out of the school building. Is that clear, friends? So learning coming as, I'm repeating this because somebody is talking about this. For learning is, start your preschool from a small premises, which is decided by you. Take a franchisee, at least in the initial years. Once you grow, I'm not asking you to stop. Third is, whenever you are talking to a brand, says we are not ready for royalty, we are ready for a franchisee fee, right? Third thing is, you should buy the kit from the franchisee. It is going to be cheaper than your own student kit. Otherwise, you will not have branded products. The books you are using, anybody will you buy that books from any publisher and use it. But as you are talking about, Deepika will talk on this. So anybody who is really planning to start preschools right now, I'm asking you to hold on for the next 15-20 days. Let the vaccine be rolled out in the market by January, and definitely for the new academic year, for most of us it is April, May, June and July. We will definitely see a new academic year starting from our own preschools, offline preschools, not online preschools. So friends, any queries, anyone wants to share anything, anyone wants to ask me anything, be there on the video and uh, let's join it. Anyone like to share anything, raise your hand or write on the chat books and switch on your videos. Anyone like to interact? Anybody like to talk to me? Friends, can we move ahead? If you do not have any queries, please write on the chat box. Let's move ahead. So if you okay, Anil ji आपको बात करना है. All right. Anil ji, go ahead.
गुड इवनिंग सर मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ, आपके पास सॉफ्टवेयर है जो हम स्कूल में रखें जिससे हमें अपना स्टॉक जो है, ये जितना भी आपके किट है उसको हम
सारे
करेक्ट
मैक्सिमम हाँ जी सर, जितने भी आपको ब्रांडेड, इफ यू सी अ लॉट ऑफ ब्रांडेड प्री स्कूल्स, everybody will provide you that softwares and they will guide you how to manage all these things.
Okay sir, okay, thank you.
Friends, anybody else? Vedant, not required, not important in India as such. You must do it for your own benefit, but it is not mandatory. You should plan and do it for yourself, not as a mandatory requirement. Anybody else, friends? Either you raise your hand or please write on the chat box that let's move ahead. Let me give you some more stories, friends. Not stories, I'll say lot of experiences which I really wanted to share. Friends, I started this preschool from that 2-bedroom house, and my rental was 20,000 rupees. My fees was almost 22,000 rupees, and there was a very old schools nearby. Those who were running in 2005, they were almost 15-20 years old preschools, right? And that lady was charging 500 rupees per month, and I started the preschool is 600 rupees per month, right? Seeing my infrastructure, seeing my location, seeing my way of doing marketing, I thought I'll be able to charge 100 rupees higher and I'll be able to admit a lot of kids. But friends, parents will not come to you. You are not a brand. You are not you do not have experiences. Even if you have a good premises, even if you have a good infrastructure, even if you have more better things than other local brands, trust, you have to have it with the time only. So when you are taking up a franchisee, that trust, you buy it. So you at least can speak to the new inquiries that you are a part of Hello Kids chain, or you are part of XYZ chain, and you have 100 schools across India, or you have 600 schools across India. That is very, very important. When I started my second school in the same year, I started my first school in April and second school in October. I opened the second school only to say the parents that we have another center nearby. You got my point, friends? Just to speak to the parents, just to say the parent that we have another center nearby, I had to have open a school. And it was in my mind that I have to open multiple centers. I know that at that point of time, I did not had good number of children, right? And the third branch I started in February. So April, October, and February. By February, I had 3 centers, and these 3 centers were very, very close by. One center was almost 1 kilometer, and the third center was almost, I'll say, less than 1 kilometer from the first branch. So all these 3 centers, I was running within a specific area. And that is where we started calling ourselves as a brand preschools. Even which is very, very difficult. As a small schools, I never had my own diary. I never had my own books. Whenever I was doing a uniform with some vendors, they were asking me 100 uniforms, 100 caps. I do not have 100 children. To get 100 children, I have to wait for another year or two. All my investment was going into that school, that student kit, right? So that is the reason I'm saying that as a no royalty model, right, it helps. Royalty, I know, friends, even I'll tell you one line if you all wants to write it. 15% of royalty means, anybody wants to write it for me on the chat box? Nandini, Gautami? 15% of royalty means at least 30 to 50% of your profits. 30 to 45% of your profits. 15% of royalty means, you calculate it, friends. You have to pay your salary, you have to pay your rentals. It is not enough to pay your rentals and salaries, but people are paying royalty 30%, 15%, 20%. Not 30%, nobody charging 30% now. And thanks to Hello Kids and thanks to Pritam Agrawal that this industry has changed from 2009. People have started thinking about royalty or no royalty. 15% of royalty means at least 30 to 45% of your profits. And that to be, you have to pay in advance. You do not have enough funds to pay your rentals and salary, but you have to deposit that royalty to release your student kit. Otherwise, they won't release the student kit for that particular child. Right? It is very, very important, my friends. So let's understand it. One is one is the trust you are buying, one is experience you are buying, and you are buying the time. That is one. Second thing is start your own school. I never will suggest you. At least start with a franchisee brand for 1 or 2 or 3 years, learn everything, and then launch your own brand. Is that fine, friends? And you should be ready to pay a franchisee fee, right? You should avoid paying royalty, select your own premises, right? And do not hesitate to buy student kit from the franchisers. And before buying a franchisee, buy a standard student kit from them as a sample, so that you know it is worth, it is not worth. Let's say you are deciding, let's say Vanita is deciding 3 brands, brand A, brand B, and Hello Kids. Vanita should invest some money into this 3 student kit, and let's compare this student kit before she takes up a franchisee also. Because apart from franchisee fee, you have to pay student kit for every child. Yes or no, friends? Yes or no? So that is what I say. I know Niti, you must be knowing about it. I'll tell you the story, friends, what happens to the big brands, what happened to these royalty brands. Friends, this industry is almost 20-25-year-old industry now. This brick brand started with a very heavy. I know the top brands of India, right? They initially started the franchising model with 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs. And who took these franchises 15, 20 years back? The people, those who are very rich, they took this initiative to start their preschools, and they failed because they were so rich and they could not do so much of hard work like you and me running a preschools. They failed as because first thing is they were not making money, second thing they were charging royalty, third thing the investment was so high, fourth is everybody has to do a lot of hard work. By taking a franchise, it doesn't mean that you don't need to do anything, right? You still need to do your own marketing, which we will learn from the marketing session. I think tomorrow is the marketing session. Let's see, friends, what all queries you all have, so that let me start from that part. Anybody like to interact? Anybody like to share? Anybody wants to ask me anything about this industry? All right, Niranjan, go ahead, ask me. I have unmuted you.
Hi sir, I want to start my preschool chain. I have two preschool now. Okay, so can you guide me something?
How many preschools you have?
Two, two branches.
Two branches you have.
Mm.
That is your own branches?
Yes, it was a family business. My mother started this, and now I
Okay.
am handling. And
Okay.
now I have two branches,
All right.
and I want to expand.
How far is what is the distance between these two branches?
2 kilometers.
Okay, 2 kilometers. How old are these two centers?
First center, which is founded by my mother, is 18-year-old,
Okay.
and second one is in last year we started in March.
Okay. So, Niranjan, you have to plan it in a very better way, that why somebody should buy your franchisee first thing, right? You need to get everything ready from the model to the student kit and try to sell franchises nearby. Do not go very far. Or like
Okay.
within, say, you are in Maharashtra, you are in Badlapur, you are in Navi Mumbai. Am I right?
Right.
Try to sell franchisee within some. Let you develop yourself as a local brand first.
Okay.
Then go and do it as a city brand. Then go and develop yourself as a state brand. Then you go to a national brand.
Okay.
Now, getting a franchise is difficult when you have two centers.
Mhm.
So slowly, if you have investment possible, rather than investing into some lot of marketing and efforts, you start having small schools nearby. At least go up to around 5-10 centers before you somebody trusts you to buy a franchisee. Think
Yeah.
about slowly.
Shall I convert their brand?
Even you can do that. Even that is a good idea. You have to go to them,
Yes.
meet them, explain them, support them. Don't charge fees. First 10 franchisee,
Mhm.
forget that you are going to earn money. Give it for free. Give your experiences for free. Tell them that
Okay.
you just buy a student kit from me.
Okay.
Friends, I have shared my link for today's session, and I request everybody to comment till we are speaking to everybody else. Take up your time. Friends, I'm really not happy for people, those who are not commenting. Every session, I keep on saying,